Hi friends, today we will explain a murder mystery movie named Knives Out, which released in 2019. Spoilers ahead. On his 85th birthday, Harlan Thrombey, a wealthy crime novelist, invites his extended family to his isolated house to deliver significant, though depressing, news to a number of family members. Harlan's housekeeper Fran, on the other hand, discovers him dead in his study the next morning. The police are brought in to investigate, along with seasoned private Benoit Blanc. Secrets and possible motives for murder are exposed through a series of interviews with family members. Harlan threatened to reveal Richard, Harlan's son-in-law, after it was discovered that he had cheated on his wife Linda, Harlan's daughter. Harlan revealed Joni, Harlan's daughter-in-law and widow of his deceased son Neil, after she stole $400,000 from him by obtaining duplicate checks intended for her daughter Megan and depositing them in a secret bank account. During the birthday party, Harlan's youngest son, Walter, was sacked from his father's publishing company. Ransom, Linda, and Richard's son, had realized that he had been completely left out of the will. Harlan's career, Marta Cabrera, was subsequently discovered to have taken Harlan upstairs after the party to give him his nighttime medication. Harlan jokingly knocked the board off the table before Marta could give him his medication after starting to play a game of Go. Marta took the vials and injected him, but she quickly realized she had given him 100 milligrams of morphine. To protect his companion, Harlan offered her detailed instructions on how to flee and avoid suspicion before shocking Marta by cutting his own throat. Marta then sped away, parked her car, and back to the home through the gate entrance, going to climb the ladder on the side of the house and donning Harlan's coat and hat to mislead Walter, who had seen Marta depart and had ruled her out as a suspect. Marta is interrogated by the police since she is a reliable source due to her inability to lie without puking, but she gets through it without a hitch. Blanc is on a mission to discover the true reason of death, believing it to be foul play. Following morning, Blanc, Marta, and the cops examine the house and its environs for clues, which Marta is able to disguise before the investigators can locate them. The family is waiting for the results of Harlan's will reading, and they are horrified to see that Harlan has left it all to Marta, especially his inheritance, the house, and his business. Despite Marta's goodwill the night before, the family swiftly turns on her, but Ransom assists her in escaping. Ransom and Marta then travel to a nearby restaurant, where Ransom successfully persuades Marta to tell him everything. Simultaneously, the family realizes that if Marta is proven to be the murderer, they will be able to get their inheritance back. They insist on continuing the probe, and Blanc repeats his suspicions of foul play, adding that anyone could be a suspect. As a result, Marta receives a ransom note with the words, "I know what you did," and a photocopy of Harlan's toxicological results. Marta and Ransom arrive at the medical examiner's office to discover it engulfed in flames and surrounded by cops. Marta opens her email at Ransom's request and finds an address and time. Blanc witnesses Marta and Ransom before they engage in a car chase, but they are unable to elude their pursuers, and Ransom is captured after Juanetta, Harlan's mother and the family's old matriarch, misidentified Marta as him at the house. Marta arrives at the address to discover Fran, who is heavily medicated. Marta gives her CPR and dials the police number, assuring Fran's safe arrival at the hospital. Marta tells Blanc everything on the way back to the house, but she advises her not to tell the family. When Blanc notices everything in a copy of the entire autopsy results that Fran had stowed away, he tells her to halt at the last minute. Ransom is brought to the residence by the cops and placed in a separate room where Blanc and Marta are sitting. Blanc says he determined the murder and then goes on to say what he knows. Ransom stormed away the night of the party after learning of Marta's inheritance from Harlan and intended to frame her for his death. Ransom switched the contents of the medicine containers and took away the emergency morphine counter agent, assuring a morphine overdose. While the rest of the family was at Harlan's funeral, Ransom switched the vials back. That day, Fran spotted Ransom in Harlan's study and deduced his involvement in Harlan's death, causing her to send him the ransom note, which Ransom then mailed to Marta after removing the address. Ransom then set fire to the medical examiner's office, destroying Harlan's blood work in the process. Ransom confronted Fran and administered morphine to her, nearly killing her before deleting the original copy of the toxicology report and texting Marta Fran's whereabouts in the hopes of duping the authorities into believing Marta had murdered Fran. Blanc then discloses that Harlan was not poison at all, and that Marta had instinctively given Harlan the correct prescription, but didn't realize it because of the mislabeling. Marta gets a call from the hospital informing her that Fran is alive, causing Ransom to confess his misdeeds before threatening Marta with legal action. Marta vomits on Ransom at the last time, admitting that she had lied and that Fran had died in the hospital. Ransom tries to kill Marta, enraged that he was duped into confessing to murder and arson, but the knife turns out to be one of Harlan's many props. The entire family watches in disbelief as he is brought into police custody. The remaining Thrombey family gaze up to the mansion's balcony to see Marta sipping from Harlan's characteristic coffee cup with the caption, "My house, my rules, my coffee," engraved on it while Ransom is whisked away. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe our channel for more explained movies. See you soon.